Goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes. Because for those who love with heart and soul, there is no such thing as separation. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. Death smiles at us all a man can do is smile back. Our death is not an end if we can live on in our children and the younger generation. For they are us, our bodies are only wilted leaves on the tree of life. There is a sacredness in tears. They are not the mark of weakness, but of power. They speak more eloquently than 10,000 tongues. They are the messengers of overwhelming grief, of deep contrition, and of unspeakable love. Death is not extinguishing the light, it is only putting out the lamp because the dawn has come. When those you love die, the best you can do is honor their spirit for as long as you live. You make a commitment that you're going to take whatever lesson that person or animal was trying to teach you, and you make it true in your own life. It's a positive way to keep their spirit alive in the world, by keeping it alive in yourself. Death must be so beautiful. To lie in the soft brown earth, with the grasses waving above one's head, and listen to silence. To have no yesterday, and no tomorrow. To forget time, to forgive life, to be at peace. You don't get to choose how you're going to die, or when. You can only decide how you're going to live. Now, the highest tribute to the dead is not grief but gratitude. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. I do not fear death. I had been dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. While I thought that I was learning how to live, I have been learning how to die. Grief is not a disorder, a disease, or sign of weakness. It is an emotional, physical, and spiritual necessity, the price you pay for love. The only cure for grief is to grieve. Each night, when I go to sleep, I die. And the next morning, when I wake up, I am reborn. Ancient Egyptians believed that upon death they would be asked two questions and their answers would determine whether they could continue their journey in the afterlife. The first question was, did you bring joy? The second was, did you find joy? After your death you will be what you were before your birth. Death is a release from and an end of all pains. Only put off until tomorrow what you are willing to die having left undone. One should die proudly when it is no longer possible to live proudly. Don't try to add more years to your life. Better add more life to your years. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. Our dead are never dead to us, until we have forgotten them. When I die, I want to die like my grandfather who died peacefully in his sleep. Not screaming like all the passengers in his car. Death is simply a shedding of the physical body like the butterfly shedding its cocoon. It is a transition to a higher state of consciousness where you continue to perceive, to understand, to laugh, and to be able to grow. Somebody should tell us, right at the start of our lives, that we are dying. Then we might live life to the limit, every minute of every day. Do it. I say. Whatever you want to do it now. There are only so many tomorrows. We all die. The goal isn't to live forever, the goal is to create something that will. Death never takes the wise man by surprise, he is always ready to go. We understand death for the first time when he puts his hand upon one whom we love. What we have once enjoyed we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75.